Just preparing the live stream and we'll start right away. Okay, so I'm going to mute here because I don't need to listen it. Got it. Okay. Welcome everybody. Judges, if you could turn on your cameras. I'm going to start calling on people to present their pitches. Those of you that are going to be presenting, you have 3 minutes to do your pitching, and then judges are going to ask you questions. All right, welcome. It's very nice to see some faces here. Okay, the first one is going to be Vibes Streaming Services by Gavin Gabonziza from Uganda. Are you with us? Are you with us? Okay, I'm going to go on to the next one, and if they come back, then we can rotate back. Is Priscilla Musenge with us? Priscilla? Or somebody from Entomo Farm, Sustainable Nutrition for All? Okay, Dawit Getachew from Ethiopia, Variopia, are you with us?
Yes, I'm here.
Hannah, is that you? Are you the one presenting for
Yes.
Ethiopia? Okay, you can share your screen, and as I said, you have 3 minutes to present. Judges, all of you can hear, I hope?
Okay.
Can you please confirm that all of the judges are here and you can hear us? Louise, I see you. Can you hear us?
Yeah, this is Louise.
Basil?
Yes, confirmed. Basil, yes.
And Johanna?
Yes.
All right. Okay. Hannah, please start.
Okay, thank you. Can you please? I'm seeing that the host disabled the participant screen share.
I just enabled it. There you go.
Can you all see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Hello, I'm Hannah Organa. I'm the co-founder of Variopia. The highly underdeveloped digital identity ecosystem in Ethiopia has been a topic of challenging discussion. IDs are required as a form of identification that allows people to identify themselves, ranging from opening bank account to getting passports. And Ethiopia loses about $1.2 billion annually due to the lack of digital identification. In Ethiopia, the identity management system and documentation is highly decentralized. Due to this reason, growing threats of identity fraud and identity silos are major issues. Plus, there is no central registry and an extremely weak credential that can easily be forged. And as we can see on the image here, the physical documentation is prone to damage and loss and difficult to manage. There is also an established KYC service in Ethiopia, which places a huge obstacle to e-commerces, fintech, and other service providers to build trust on their customers. We provide digital identity documentations as well as real-time KYC service. Our system is highly secured and uses biometrics, QR, and barcodes as verification measures. We make money through selling APIs per successful requests and ID registration fees. Current Kabale ID users are more than 40 million in Ethiopia. So upon launch, we will reach at least 15 million digital ID registration and $270 million revenue on the first year. Currently, we have already come to an agreement with the federal government to use our system on its launch, and we are drafting the guidelines of applying it. The system will be monitored by the Information Network Security Agency. 5 years from now, we see ourselves reaching more than 600 customer organizations and expand our accessibility to other African countries. Our team consists of diverse expertise in system development, in design, public relations, and financial management. Other than these founders, we have other experts consulting and working with us. Although there are no digital identity and KYC services in Ethiopia, there are some KYC providers in Africa, such as in Nigeria and South Africa. We started our company with a self-fund of $8,000 and got a promise fund of $32,000 from Amharan diaspora community. These are our current partners, and we have signed MOU with them to be our first customers. And here is the demo of our platform's front end. Thank you.
Thank you, Hannah. Judges, do you have any questions?
Yes, this is Louise. That was a really good presentation. Thank you so much. I just would like to, if you could just go over very briefly, again, who your customers, projected customers are, what's your target market? Could you just go over that again, please?
Our customer segments are divided into two. The first one is that we give digital IDs for people, and the other one is that we provide KYC services for different organizations like banks and other fintechs and e-commerce companies.
You said that you've signed on with some. Have you signed on with any so far?
Yes, we signed with our partners, like 3 different banks and the Vital Events Registration Agency.
I don't know if you're done, my other colleague, the judge.
I'm done, Basil, yes.
Okay, thank you. What I really don't understand, is this like a national ID or is this like a corporate ID that you're trying to put in place?
Yeah, we provide different IDs. The first one is national ID, and there are also driver's license registrations.
Okay.
We also give vital registrations. We also record them, and there's also KYC service involved.
All right. If national ID, then normally, at least my experience with governments, I don't know about the Ethiopian government, is that these are processes that are normally tendered. Since the main client here is the government, reason being there's so much data here at stake, among other factors. So would it not, who are your clients? Like, I really don't understand why banks would want to buy into an ID that should be the mandate of the national government to provide.
No,
or am I missing something?
the banks don't really need the IDs. They just need to make to get our Know Your Customer service. That is, we do ID verification for them. There are actually 2 types of verifications that we do. The first one is simple ID verification, and the other one is risk analysis service.
Okay. Maybe if I ask the question differently, have you approached the government? What are they saying? Is this something they will want to buy into?
Yes, as we have discussed with the government, as I've said before, we have come to agreement to launch our system, which means that they are willing to integrate our system to their system. They're actually launched this year a pilot project to start giving digital ID. And they have showed interest to use our system in their ID registration system.
So who's going to be holding the data? Is it you or the government?
It's our agreement is that the data will be stored between us, and it will be monitored by the Information Network Security Agency.
All right. So last question. So what is the ask in this particular case? Who do you want to be funded? Are you looking for partners? What exactly are you looking for to make this idea work?
The ask is as I have said before, we need 61,000 US dollars for the total fund, but we have started our startup around $7,950 in ourselves, and we ask from the investors to give us $21,000.
Okay, this is good. So why I'm asking is, if you're going to partner with the bank, with the government in this case, are they willing to pay you? Will they be willing to give this fund instead? Or why would you need, since you already have clients, I'm assuming, aren't they able to raise this kind of money for the kind of service you're going to provide to them?
Yes, of course, but we are not. It's not totally owned by the government, so we are a private company. So we need to use it to import things like printing machine, ID printing machines, and other utilities.
All right, done. Thank you.
My turn now. I am Joanna here. Thank you very much for the presentation.
Okay, thank you.
I just wanted to quickly ask a couple of things regarding your current investors and also the clients that you have. So you just said you're not totally owned by the government. Is that what you said?
Yes,
just now?
Yes. Yes.
So that means that the government is a shareholder in the company already?
Yes, we integrate our system because that the data cannot be totally owned by a private sector in Ethiopia, and the KYC service is totally owned by us. So that's why we are with the government, not totally owned, but partly.
Okay, so the government is so they're owning just the bit that has to do with the data.
Excuse me?
That they have to keep. As in, I'm just trying to understand how this works between it's like a joint venture, or I'm just trying to understand how this works in practice as a business with the government, really.
The government actually needs to change the paper-based system to digital one. So they need to use our system or any other system to convert this paper-based system to the digital one. But the KYC service is owned by us just to provide for banks and other microfinances and other companies to get to know their customers.
Okay. Very good, thanks. And in terms of clients, sorry, I know you sent you.
Excuse me?
I think you shared a list of partners.
Yes.
Yeah. So I guess my question would be, I would like to understand what kind of clients you already have at the moment, aside from the government.
Our partners are mostly banks. And other are the first one is, for example, Addis Ababa Science and Technology University by supporting us develop our system. And the other one is the Federal Vital Events Registration Agency.
And these are paying clients, huh?
Yes. No, but not the university, actually.
Not the university, but the rest, the banks, etc., are paying clients.
Yes,
okay.
Yes.
Okay, very good. Thank you for that.
I have one more question, Hannah.
Okay.
About for the KYC, what's the revenue here? Is it a subscription fee that they pay? Is it per KYC that is done? How does the revenue model work for the KYC service?
The KYC service works in two ways. The first one is, first of all, they pay per every successful request, which means every time they make a verification, they are charged of some amount of money. And the first one is just a simple ID verification. And the other one is a little bit more, it asks to pay $8. It is because we use machine learning and AI to analyze data and make predictions of upcoming risks. So we basically give risk assessments and analytics based on the identity and history of their customers. So they also get risk analysis of their customers.
I also have one additional question once this is done.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Thanks so much, Hannah. And then for the ID, it's per ID that your company is going to produce. The $1.32.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Okay, then. Thanks. Thank you.
Okay. My additional question is, for how long have you been in operation?
Excuse me?
For how long have you been operating?
We have been operating for about a year. we have been drafting different policies with the government and the guidelines of applying it.
How much have you made in revenues in the last year? Also,
as I've said before, we are about to launch, and we have been developing our system up to now and dealing with the government. But upon launch, it's so sure that since it is a national ID, it's a need, not a want. So about 15 million digital ID registration will be made.
but you said you're already having paying clients. So I just want to understand how much revenue have you generated?
No, they are not actually paying because we have signed MOU to be our first customers, not paying right now.
All right, thank you.
Hannah, sorry, I'm back again. This is the last one.
Okay.
Is there anybody else in your Ethiopia market who has a similar kind of, service? Who's your competition, if you have any in Ethiopia?
In Ethiopia, there is no KYC service at all. And about the digital ID, as I've said before, they are only on the trial phase to start a digital ID. That's why our timing is so perfect. But if you see in African level, there are some KYC providers, as I've said before.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Hannah, and thank you, judges, for the presentation and the questions. We're going to move on.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. We're going to move on now to Radiat Yeshiganya. Yeshiganya, if you're in here. Radiat.
Yes, hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay.
Please start your presentation. You have 3 minutes.
Okay, let me share my screen. So can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, hello, thank you. My name is Radit Ishtanya and I'm from Ethiopia. So we are participating under the category of tourism tech, and we are icon souvenirs in traditional clothes. As you all know, Ethiopia is a multicultural and multi-ethnic country with more than 80 ethnic groups, and each ethnic group have their own cultural clothes, cultural clothes in traditional materials. So our product Icon online platform is a web-based and a mobile application platform which based on Ethiopian culture. So it will act as an effective digital enabler for designers of small and large enterprise business to connect and collaborate with international communities. So Icon e-commerce platform enables everyone to share their ideas and personal creativity expressions through capturing their design through their mobile apps or tablets. So the problem statement is, so in order to buy these products, cultural clothes in different materials, customers like tourists, diasporas, and even Ethiopians has to go directly to the shop, which is time taking and limits them to compare multiple design products of multiple designers. So the second one is most of the modern Ethiopian cultural clothes in materials highly depends on the creativity, highly depends on the designing idea or creativity of the designers. So there will not be a direct involvement of the customers on the designing steps or processes. So we use the multiple payment gateways from international payment gateways from local to international. So this is the sample design, custom design processes, which includes first the customer have, if they have their own, if they can sketch by their mobile phone, which we believe this is a fresh idea. The customer can sketch his or her own design then share it to the designer. So the designer and the customer will work with collaboration, and then it will go to the production line. Then at the end, the customer will be satisfied and happy, since everything is based on his or her requirement. The second one is the common one. The customer will select an existing designs, so and then make some changes, then share it to the designer. So the designer and the customer will work in collaboration. So this is our revenue model, as shown in the figure. I can cut a reasonable commission starts from 7% to 20%. So our competitive advantage lies under its core principle of customizable design, flexible pricing, and multiple payment gateway from local to international, and it's reduced entry costs, a new sales channel, cost reduction, and quicker response. So based on our customer marketing size analysis, there are over 2.5 million Ethiopians living outside Ethiopia, in North America, Europe, and the Middle East, and also between, as it is reported, between 2060 up to 2070, there are more than 871,000 foreign tourists who come to visit Ethiopia. Currently, these are our competitors. Even though they are our competitors, they don't have a product like this, is as shown in the first process design flow. So this is my team, me and my colleague. So as a summary, the platform will not be too limited with Ethiopian cultural clothes and souvenirs. The idea can be expanded to other African traditional clothes and
I'm
souvenirs.
going to have to interrupt you there, Redit. You're out of time, unfortunately. So judges, if you have any questions. Judges, do you have any questions?
None from my end, Basil.
Thank you.
I would say, how do you ensure quality with this sort of tailor-made project?
Sorry?
Sorry, I was asking, sorry, my name is Joanna. I was asking, how do you guarantee quality to your customers?
Yes. As I mentioned on the slide, every designers have their own account, and they must have their own standard pictures.
Yes, but that doesn't, many times in Africa, I would say that people just take a picture from somewhere and they say it's their own design. So that's why I'm asking, how do you ensure quality?
Okay. In terms of the creativity or design?
Yes.
So in Ethiopia, there are most known top designers. So the customer will select any designer which they believe they will be responsible and which they believe they will make it secured. So even the designer will take care of, since they have their own business, they will make the customer design secured.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Okay, Rajesh, I have a question for you. This is Louise. So I want to know, how do you have you signed on any can I call them tailors or designers? Have you run any pilots on this product? Yeah.
Currently, we only discuss with one designers in it. We are finalizing and our project, and we are on testing phase at this time. But currently, since we have to discuss with a partner related to this, we are discussing with one designer. which will work as it's just like a partner. I can say it's just our partner. It's easy to say it's partner.
Okay, and then how do you plan to get you know, other designers on board? What's your plan? How do you plan to, you know, market this this concept?
We understand such solutions need high marketing and sales and advertisement. So since everything is changing now currently, even due to COVID, everybody they may not go directly to the shops. So the market is getting competitive. So we believe if we got different investors, so we will make high advertisements of our products. We're planning like that.
And so how much, I don't know if we got to your budget. Did we touch on that? How much you're looking for, what you need, how much you've put in?
Okay, actually, since me and my teams are already software engineers, there will not be any development cost, since even the product is already on final stage. So we may need almost around 200,000 USD.
200,000 is for what exactly? Is it for marketing? What exactly is it for?
This 200,000 it includes advertisement. It includes, you know,
Hello?
since it is a software. Can you hear me? Hello?
I can hear
Yes,
you.
I can hear you.
Okay, since it is a software, we need advertisement, and also we need infrastructure, hardware infrastructure to host the product, which will need a large spec.
Okay, Radiate, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Radiat, and thank you, judges, for the questions. Let's see. I'm going to call on the next person if you're around.
Okay, thank you.
Kayode. Thank you. Adnan Kayode, are you around from Casa NG? Adnan Kayode, are you still with us? Okay, to save time, I'm going to call on the next person, and then if they come back, we'll rotate. Samia Said from Ethiopia, Spatial Connect Africa, are you with us?
Yes.
Hello?
Hello, Awa.
Yes.
I'm going to present on her behalf.
On Spatial Connect Africa?
Yes, exactly.
Okay, please. Radiat, if you could stop sharing your screen. So I didn't see who was speaking. What's your name? I'm sorry.
Enoch.
Henok, please start.
Okay, hello everybody. The idea is Spatial Connect Africa. It's an integrated continent-wide spatial data infrastructure in order to meet the SDGs in Africa. Because we believe the SDGs are a problem of where is an entity of soil, land, or water. The team is composed of 3 people. The main one behind this idea is Samia, a climate activist. So the problem begins, there is a poor climate planning in Africa, there is inefficient use of natural resources. Even if there is a big data in research regarding climate in Africa, there is a practical use, there is a lack of practical use in solving real world problems. And the other is Paris Agreement has a big advantage to Africa, especially where developed countries are forced to make payments for ecosystem conservation in developing countries. For example, an indigenous community in Africa has to be paid for that environmental friendly activity. But in order to do this, that has to be measured and verifiable. So our system is supposed to do this measurement. The other problem is most of the private companies in Africa, be it manufacturing or construction companies, has continued to go through the conventional development way, which makes them to miss the future sustainable opportunities. So our solution is to use data, especially geospatial data, in order to influence policies towards green development and to plan for sustainable development activities within Africa and to report those activities towards the climate region so that the payment can be made to the communities or even private sector companies. And we want to promote sustainable investments toward this environmental friendly business opportunities. So like, as it is known, the shift from conventional development to sustainable development has been hailed as the $1 trillion shift. And a Norwegian institute called Cicero Center for Climatology said that there is an opportunity for $500 billion with 5 million jobs only for forestry. So think of this for water, soil, land, and the market can grow up to $5 trillion. Then our market in Africa, we have calculated to be around $100 billion, roughly. So the competition is...
I'm sorry to have to interrupt you there, Henok, you're out of time. Judges, if you have questions.
My first question here, Basil, is how do you make money now? Or rather, what is your product or service in this case that you're selling? Could be two different questions.
Okay, so our product is that we don't produce data, but we use data what is out there. For example, we can use health data from WHO, forestry data from World FAO, and for satellite imagery from NASA. And we want to bring this data and plan some specific sustainable activity within Africa. And we want to measure that activity and bring it back to the climate region so that payments can be done to whoever done that activity. So our income will be per transaction for data produced and for information services. Is it clear?
Yeah, so my understanding is you're going to sell data. All right.
Data and information services, yeah. So what we do is we connect two entities. For example, if there is a community-based forestry, and there is a payment from, for example, United Nations, we want to plan that activity, measure that activity, and bring it back to the United Nations so that payment can be done to that community. And at that time, we take some commission in percentage.
So in that case, are you considering entities such as United Nations as your targeted clients?
Yeah, because the payments for ecosystem services is being governed through Paris Agreement. So for example, if there is a company in US which has to invest on climate change, but there is also a community which can do this activity in Africa, we have to connect them together through the Paris Agreement. Is it clear now? Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I don't know if you can hear.
Okay, yeah, I can hear you. Is it clear now?
I'm saying somehow clear, though sounds a bit complex for a business model, but yeah, understood.
You muted yourself, Louise. It seemed like you were about to say something.
Oh, sorry. Yes, thank you, Adi. Yes. So, so you say that you connect these entities, one that needs information, and another two entities that need information, and you get a commission. That's how you earn your money. So,
Yes.
who is giving you the commission? Is it, for instance, if it's the UN, is the UN giving you commission, or the community? Where are you getting the commission from?
Okay, so like I've said, there is the Paris Agreement said that the developed countries has to pay for the damage that they have done to the world to the developing countries. So that's the international agreement. So there is a platform called carbon trading, which pays money for ecosystem services. For example, if there is an indigenous community in Africa which preserves its forestry, so those developed countries who has caused the climate change has to pay the money to the community. And this goes through the international agreement called Paris Agreement for carbon trading. It could be for other mitigation services. So what we do is we plan those activities in that community. We measure those activities in terms of IPCC accepted measurements, like carbon dioxide per ton, and we report it to the United Nations, which specifically is UNFCCC. And there is actually a finance which has been collected from these developed countries. So with that measurement, that community has to be paid according to the agreement. So for the services we are doing, both for planning and for reporting, we get to be paid. Is it clear, Luis?
What country, from where exactly is the money coming from? I get the arrangement, I do get it, but I just want to know where exactly, out of which pocket is the money coming?
I think every country has its own finance, which has been arranged toward this climate solving. But without that, United Nations, through UNFCCC, collects money from developed countries. So there is called, like we can consider it a bank, which called green economy finance. So the fund is available right there. But in order to take it, you have to plan and then report it back to United Nations through the IPCC guidelines. And that plan has to be verifiable by third party. So what we do is we plan, we report, and we verify. So that money in the bank can be transferred to the community or private company. Is it clear, Luis?
It's not entirely clear because you're getting a commission. So the commission will be paid by who? Who is paying the commission? Is it the bank? That's the bit that I'm asking.
So there is a climate finance, an international climate finance, which is collected from developed countries, private companies all around the world to solve climate problems. But in order to get that finance, you have to do some kind of environmental friendly activity. And that activity needs to be reported, measurable, and verifiable. Is it clear now?
To be honest with you, not really, but it's okay. I'll just leave it there.
Okay, one time. Let me try.
Okay, no, Henok, you see, the question here, I'm saying, how will you make your money? You get a commission, right?
Yes.
Yes. So who pays you the commission? Out of this structure, out of which pocket does the commission come? That's the question.
Okay. So what I'm saying is there is unavailable money through the Paris Agreement to make payments for environmental friendly activities. So there is money which is saved, for example, in UNFCCC, called green finance, right? But this green finance needs to be invested on some measurable activities. So, for example, we are going to plan a community-based forestry activity, and then we are going to measure it and report it to that green finance. And that green finance has to pay the community for that ecosystem service.
Okay,
I'm actually talking about carbon trading, which means
thank you so much.
Ethiopia can trade carbon to USA, and USA has to pay that money to Ethiopia. But in order USA to pay that money, that information has to be measurable and verifiable. And that's where we come.
Okay, thank you.
Are there any more questions from the judges? No.
Just an additional question.
Okay.
Is why will you be the one this money should be paid to? Like, why should these entities pay you this amount of money?
Okay. Like I've said, you can read it here. There is a finance scheme through the Paris Agreement, which says that any economics ecosystem service, for example, an indigenous community which has a culture of preserving its natural resources, has to be paid by a company that makes a huge carbon emission.
So what you're trying to say is they pay you on behalf of the community.
Yes, and that goes through the Paris Agreement, because every
that I
country
understand.
Every country.
So once they pay you, do you pay the community?
Yes, exactly. And for the information services, for example, for measuring, for planning, which we use special data like you see here. For example, it could be soil data, water data, land data. So for those activities that for planning and for reporting, we accept some kind of percentage.
Okay, I think, that will be my last question. Thank you very much.
Okay.
All right, thank you, Henok, and thank you, judges. We're going to move on to the next presenter. Hopefully they're here. Mohammed Ahmed Fathi, are you here?
Hello.
Yes, you're here. Thanks.
Yes.
So Mohammed Ahmed Fathi is going to be presenting about Water Reporter from Egypt. Please proceed.
So you can see my screen right now?
Yes.
Okay. So my name is Mohammed from Egypt. We are a water reporter. Started in 2019 in Norway in a program called Young Sustainable Impact Innovation Program. We are going today to talk about water, and let me start with some facts about the water problem around the world. 700 million suffer from water problems, and in 6 years from now, 2/3 of the world's population will face the same fate. The second and important fact is that as the communities that have water problems around the world can find the suitable solution providers and can like the water companies, NGOs, and governments, and at the same time they can find the suitable solution and facilities to help them. And as a call to action, we created our World Water Map. It's an interactive map where you can submit an online application. Maybe you are an individual or community leader, or you are a company or an NGO. So how it works, after the submission of the application, we collect the data. The application form is user-friendly and it uses the geolocation. After we collect the data, we start reviewing it and the reports and start distribution. Maybe we can find the possible collaborations between the communities and the NGOs. We can suggest some solutions, and can do the community validation. That's an example. We are the link between all the stakeholders. We are targeting right now Egypt, Brazil, and Pakistan because the team members are from those three countries. And regarding the competitive analysis, we are connecting the communities with the NGOs through our interactive world water map. We are matching them, we are providing solutions, we are global, and we are specified in water field only. Our business model, so if you are an individual, you can report your problems for free, but if you are an NGO or company, so you can you will pay for subscription fees to be added to our list, and if you will need some matchmaking, so you will pay for finder's fees. Going through our validation to our business model, we made many meetings in different countries, and as a response, we got 2,000 plus visits in 110 countries and 160 subscriptions. Our partners are Grundfos in Denmark, Young Sustainable Impact in Norway, and Life for Water in Germany and Egypt. So to stop the world water problems and to continue, and we are focusing right now on getting more partners on board, hire software engineers and do our beta testing, increase our traction, and in the near future we will get more and more problems reports, so we will do some matchmaking. Meet our team. Me, Muhammad, worked in Egypt and Kenya for 8 years. I'm a water engineer. Lucas Kell, environmental engineering student, and he is working in the environmental engineering. Taha Sajid from Pakistan, he is the finance guy and worked in water projects. We are live now. We are welcoming for networking and partners. Just check our website. Thank you.
Questions, judges? Thank you, Mohammed.
Thank you.
Okay, so in just one sentence, just tell me again, what is the solution in very simple words?
Okay, so we are an online platform that connects all the water entities, companies, NGOs, and the communities that have water problems in the same platform to help or to solve the water problems around the world.
Okay, I think this is what I'm probably not getting right. So are you drilling, or is it a platform that just connects? Like, what exactly is the offering here?
Okay, so we are connecting. So if you are a community leader, you have a problem, you submit an application, we start connecting, do our verification for the problem, suggest some solutions, and try to match the problem leader or the community leader with NGOs that can solve their problem, and we can connect also the NGO with water companies that can take the deal and work and solve the problem.
Okay, so here I am. I'm a community leader. My community has a water problem. So yes. I go to your platform. You connect me to UN. Is that the end of the deal?
Yes, something like that. Not same as a UN or small NGOs or medium NGOs, not especially UN.
All right, that's fine. Yes. So how do you get paid, or what is your return on this kind of venture?
Okay, so going back to our business model, so there is a subscription. So if you are an individual, you will report your problem for free, but if you want to be added to our list, so you have to pay subscription fees, $10, and if you will need to to find or to match with if you are a company and want to match with NGO, so you will need to do some matching, so you'll pay funders fees for $7.5.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Hi. Question from me, Joanna. Do you already have clients?
Till now, we have our MVP. Okay, we are waiting for fund because we need to develop our website. We need to hire software engineers, so we don't have we don't have clients, but we have partners from Grandfus and Xylem Water, if you know. Those are our solution providers, but we don't have clients till now because we need to develop our platform first.
So, but you, in terms of your partners, you have partners who would be willing to come and fix the water issues in the communities that they identify, that you identify.
My partners, Lucas and Taha. You said you mean Grandfus? You mean Grandfus and Xylem? Yes, yes, they are doing works in Ghana and many countries, and they can fix the problems. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I'm just trying to understand, because obviously the water problem is something that is recurring in many places in Africa. Sure. So I'm just trying to understand if how they would consider, you know, the platform as something they need to go through with a view to see where the water issues are. You see?
Okay, so yes, here we go back to the world water map. Okay, so for each country we can find people who have problem who will submit the application, who have water problems, and on the other hand we will find the NGOs and other companies who will submit also that application form. Okay, as a solution provider, and then our part comes here as water reporter. We start connection between the companies, okay, and the NGOs or the communities. We don't need someone from Russia to come to Niger, okay, but we will have companies in Niger. Okay, so who can do that? I don't know if I answered your question or.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, Mohammed, thanks for the presentation. I have about 2 or 3 quick questions. So what does an organization get by subscribing, you know, to this platform? Is a subscription fee payable annually, monthly? What's the plan on that?
Can you repeat, or I didn't understand the question.
Sorry. Okay, so you're going to make your money from subscription, okay, and also if you connect a community with an NGO, you get a finder's fee. Is that correct?
Oh, okay, let me make it clear. We don't get any payment, okay, from the communities, okay. But on the other hand, when I am a company, okay, and want to be registered in our Water Reporter's website, so I have to pay some subscription fees. So I have a profile on and some rating for me on that website, okay. And so I don't know if you know other websites. I can go to the competitive analysis, okay. So we have, I don't know if it's here, but if you can see International Water Association, okay, they are having water NGOs, water companies, okay, and they pay for memberships to be added to their registers, and then every month they have to pay some subscription fees. So we don't get money from the communities, but get towards or because of memberships. We get some payments for subscription to be registered for each month, okay, in our list.
Subscription is by now the service providers when they're registered on your platform.
Yes. Oh, yes. Is it a question or you are?
No, you've clarified. But how does the finder's fee work? Who pays the finder's fee?
Okay, part of okay. The finder's fee will be for the NGOs and for will be paid by the NGOs and the water companies. Okay, so 50% for 50%. So if it let me make it more clear. Okay, so if I am a company, okay, and want to يعني, or NGO and want to find a company to solve my problem, okay, I will have to pay $7.5, and on the other hand, I will need a company, okay, and that company will also pay $7.5 to do the matchmaking every month, okay, every month, not every selection.
So the $7.5, that's is it the subscription fee? What is the $7.5?
No. It's different. It's different. Okay. To be listed in our website, and you will have a profile. It will be the subscription fees for $10. Okay. But when we'll do the selection, okay, and try to match the finders and the NGOs or the companies, okay, you will be added to another list, okay, which is the finders. You will pay for finders fees. It's another list, okay. It's an advanced list, so you are not only have a profile. You will be we will connect you with another companies that and NGOs that will work with you. So it's a different one.
How is the finder's fee computed? Is it a certain percentage of the project amount? How is it?
Till now, it's not a percentage. Okay, yeah. To be honest and clear, we didn't put it as a percentage. We just put it as another NGOs and companies. We found that they are putting small, $10 to $20 for subscription and membership. But for sure, if when we will get the software engineers and we will have variable and fixed costs, then we will change this percentage. Maybe it will be a percentage of a project, as you said, or maybe it will be different. But right now we don't have the traction, or we don't have the accurate, we didn't get accurate number or percentage of fees.
Do you have any target country you want to start in, or
yes?
How do you?
Yes, we are right now. We are targeting Egypt, okay, because I'm from Egypt. Lucas is from Brazil, and Taha is from Pakistan. So we are targeting the 3 countries, okay. Mainly, we are targeting Egypt because I am the one who is working in water field. I am working in an NGO also, so I'm working different fields. So we are targeting Egypt right now.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Will there be any other questions from the judges? Okay, I'll take that as a no and move on to the next person. Thank you, Mohammed. Let's see. Next person, is there anyone from Ecolair? Suhaib Hussein, are you with us? Suhaib Hussein from Djibouti, are you with us? Okay, I'll go to the next one. Emmanuel.
Yes, I'm here.
Suhaib, okay, please start sharing. You have 3 minutes.
Actually, can I maximize the size? Yes, wait after a minute. I'm sharing the screen.
We can't see it if you have started sharing it already.
Yeah, and what about now?
And now we can, so it's starting.
Okay.
Yes, proceed, please.
Okay, I'm Suhaib Hussein. I'm the founder and the CEO of Ecolair. So Ecolair is a startup which is based in clean energy. So we have some missions, which is to create a more sustainable and safer world by making wiser energy choices. And we make abundant and accessible and inexpensive energy available to everyone in the country, actually in Djibouti. So the problem in Djibouti is that the weather is hot, and there is a lack of electricity, and also 61% in urban areas has access to electricity, which means that 40% doesn't have any access to electricity. And there is also other problems, which are the rate of poverty in the country, where people are living under $1, the majority, and also there I have mentioned three problems: the hot weather in Djibouti, and lack of electricity, and also the poverty. So the solutions that we propose as the Eco-Layer Society is that is the eco cooler. So eco cooler are they use recycled bottles which are manufactured by our talented teams. It's an eco-friendly product. So our product focus on the air. It uses air. So to refresh the area, to cool the room or the desired area. So our potential competitors are, as you see in the screen, as some Lake and Sea Energy, which are distributors of air conditioners and so on. And our market size is the total world market, which is 1 million, a million of people, 1 billion. And the African market also, which is constituted of 700 million people. Okay, our advantages are that we are a protective society in concerning the environment, and our products and services are accessible to everyone, and it's local. It has a social impact also, because we help. Okay, our business model is that we sell directly to customers, as you see, and we also sell to NGOs, non-governmental organizations, which will help us.
I have to interrupt you there. I'm sorry. We're gonna have to move on to the questions round because your time is up. Judges, do you have any questions?
Yes, thanks Suhad for the presentation. My question is, do you have a prototype? Have you developed any prototype already?
Actually, we're using I couldn't take bigger sizes, but can you share the screen? Let me share it my screen. Where can I share it from? Yes, can you see me? I'm here. So yes, I have this little example. So this will be the prototype. Will be this part of the product will be in the outside of the window, because we'll be using windows so to cool the room. So this part will be outside so that it gets some air, and this part will be inside the room, because it's the exit. It's where there will be the speed of the air will be higher than here. So this is how it works. When the air enters from here, as far as the air goes from here, the speed is increasing, because I'm minimizing the area. So the air that will go out from here will be cool air. That's it.
Okay, thanks, Suhaib. Have you sold any of these so far? I think you said you're selling at $35 per cooler. Have you sold any of them so far?
No, but I have distributed voluntarily for rural areas, because in Djibouti where the temperature actually goes to up to 15 to 45 degrees Celsius. So people cannot survive actually in summertime they cannot afford themselves air conditioners or freshing systems. So cooling systems, I mean. So I provide this kind of solutions and products to help them, survive, actually from the summertime.
Okay, so far you haven't sold any, not yet.
Yeah, but we are collaborating with the Ministry of Energy, actually, because they will help us with the statistics and do so because we are, we want the number of people in rural areas who need this product, because we cannot actually sell this product to urban areas. You have to focus in the design of the house, because people in rural areas with not suitable and modern housing are unable to have an air conditioner because of the style of the house. So they can use this product, which will reduce their temperature to 5 degrees Celsius.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, you're welcome.
Any other questions from the judges? Basil? Okay.
Yeah.
Joanna?
Nope, thanks.
Okay, thank you, Swahib. Then we're going to move on to the next one. Let's see, what do we have next? Yeah, Emmanuel Uwandu, are you with us? Emmanuel Uwandu from Gas 360, Kiaka Gas, Nigeria. All right, then I'm gonna go and rotate back to Gavin. Gavin, are you still in here?
Yes, please. I'm here.
Yeah. Please start.
Okay, let me share my screen.
Yes.
Hi, my name is Gavin, and we have realized that in Africa, there is potential for the entertainment industry to be able to cater for many of the youth that are unemployed. And that's why we started up Vibes. The problem in Africa with the entertainment industry, which is estimated at $2 trillion, is that there is a value gap, which is the mismatch between the revenue earned by the producers of the content and those that consume the content. That is the musicians, artists, podcasters, and gamers, then the listeners, corporate entities, local businesses, radios, and television, respectively. Therefore, Vibes will be offering services, including music streaming, concerts, entertainment shows, internet radio, podcasts, artist management in form of bookings, royalties, custom merchandise, record label contracts, downloads of music videos, recorded concerts, theatrical productions, podcasts, and music identification. And lastly, inbuilt communication and digital contract solutions, in addition to music rights negotiation. Our value proposition relative to our competitors, including Spotify, Amazon, Apple Music, is that we shall be giving our platform in local dialects. We shall be able to partner with upcoming artists for cheaper content, and we'll be able to use local methodologies of payment like mobile money for subscriptions and for purchases. Our also addressable market is 13 million, which include artists, fans, corporate entities, music labels, and we estimate our average spend to be $10 per user. And our demographic is mostly for female users because they consume the most music and are able to pay. Our revenue model will include basic, pro, and premium. In the basic model, we'll have a freemium app and web platform where users will be able to have access to our content, but with ads in the platform. Then the pro will have minimum ads, but to have also lower quality. And then premium will have all services embedded and to be for subscription. Our traction so far is we have invested $1,000 in research because we wouldn't build a platform without being able to validate our market. And our estimates are $130,000 in the second year of commencement. Our team has advisors, including Faster Capital, who is our latest co-founder from Dubai, and they are going to invest in our latest round, $40,000. And Alan, who is a producer of music, and DJ Bush Baby, who is a guru in Africa. Our ask is for partnerships and for USD 40,000, which is 50% of our pre-seed round. And our partnerships are looking for record labels, artists, event organizers, among others. Our forecasts are 500 artists and creators, 119,000 USD in our first 12 months of operation, 150 shows streamed, and 20 international record labels. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Gavin. Judges?
Okay, so Ngabuziza, do you consider, let's say, Deezer, Ngoma, and the likes, are they your competitors?
Yes, Mr. Basil, we have considered Deezer, Mdundo.com, and the others, which are the commonly known platforms. But as you look, if you look back at our value proposition, those platforms do not offer things like, for example, they don't offer ticketing for or bookings. They don't offer custom merchandise for artists. For example, someone selling their shoes. They do not offer music identification. They do not offer things like digital contract negotiation. So they are our competitors, but our advantage is higher because we are offering a diverse range of services.
It seems you're bringing a lot to the table. So then what is your competitive advantage? One specific competitive advantage, what will it be?
One specific competitive advantage is our payment system and use of local dialects and local currencies. That is in line with music streaming. The other services come in as add-ons so that we can streamline the entire entertainment industry.
Yeah, all right. I think you're offering too much. You might need to streamline, but that's something you can explore as you further develop. Have you developed the application itself? Is it in use? What's the status of development per se?
Yes, so there we'll look at our traction. We had approached angel investors, that is Faster Capital and Warpgate Ventures, based in Dubai and Norway, respectively. And we wouldn't proceed with development because we hadn't validated the platform and our service offering. So far, we did not build the app because of that. And as you can see there, we have spent $1,000 specifically for validation. And we have partnered with Faster Capital for the development of our first product, and they have a team of 100 developers.
Okay. All right, Ngamuziza, I think that's where the catch is. I think because you have a lot to offer, my best advice, and especially even as you engage, because it's also good to engage based on data. I know you have some numbers here and there. I think it's good to first of all develop, test, because this is now what will be your greatest challenge, especially when you go forward to engage anyone to be part of this, because it's pretty much an idea. All these good things you're saying about the payment platform, about offering this thing in various dialects or local languages, or this kind of value propositions, it's all good. I think you need to get something very minimal out there. It will help you even refocus exactly what your unique value proposition is. Otherwise, there'll still be ideas at this phase, and it's very difficult to just sell them as such. It's good if at least you have something more of a minimal viable product that you've already tested, even with a bit of traction and a bit of feedback on what your targeted users have to say. Otherwise, I think sounds good. Thank you.
Mr. Basil, can I clarify something small? Well, the reason as why we need to build the MVP is that we had something running in the market by a company called Phenon Events, but the app crashed because of the fact that we had not properly streamlined. We hadn't prepared the servers and all that, so we had excess content coming through and very many users. So that alone put us back to say, okay, can we build this from the ground up? And that's why we had to this time invest $1,000 into getting feedback from customers, and all those other things. So we have been here, we have been there before, but now we are building better.
All right. So where you've been and now you're building a better product, do you have feedback? Do you have now specific, how many downloads did you have with the pilot?
With the pilot MVP, we had about 200 downloads because we ran for 30 days. We had about 200 downloads. We had about more than 500 songs, and we had at least 10 artists here in Uganda who were on board.
So what was your arrangement with the artists? How did you get their songs on the platform? Was there an arrangement or you just took random songs and had them on the platform?
No, Phenomenon Events is a record label itself. So they are the ones who manage the artists. They're not random artists. So they own the copyright to their music. So because we want to work on an international standard, that means we had to get music the right way. So we got it from the record label because it was a pilot, and then we had to ensure that we are within the law.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Gives a good overview. All the best.
All right. All right.
Okay, that was a good presentation, very concise. Thank you so much. I have a follow-up question, just from what Basit has asked. So you have this record label that enables you get the music from the artists from your pilot. But going forward, if you plan to scale, how exactly are you going to, obtain the copyright, and how are you going to deal with that for the music? Given that I imagine you want to scale, how are you going to handle that?
Yes, so for starters, we wanted to target markets where there is functional copyright laws in countries probably like South Africa and Zambia, because we do not want to consume content that's free, because it's a problem we're trying to solve. So going forward, we want to partner first with entities that record the music, what we call record labels. When we're done partnering with those, within the app, we're going to have an inbuilt contract system, and artists who want their music published will come on our platform with the contract embedded. They negotiate royalties and all that. It is signed and witnessed all through the system, and then we'll be able to use their music.
Okay.
Any more questions? Joanna, do you have any questions?
Yep.
Okay. Then I'll say thank you to Gavin. Is there anyone here on behalf of Entomo Farm? Anyone here on behalf of Casa NG?
Yes, I'm here on behalf of Casa.
Welcome, Adnan. If you would present, please, you have 3 minutes. I'll wait until you start sharing your screen.
I'm doing that right away now.
Nice.
I want to collect from where I just came and just colonize the whole surface.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay, great. Okay, can I start?
Please.
Okay, good day everyone. I am Adnan Kayode, co-founder at Casa.ng. Millions of Nigerians continually undergo unbearable stress in searching for accommodation daily. Currently, buyers and renters have two bad options. 80% do it themselves while 20% use a property management company. These processes have proven to be time-consuming, and in most cases, people do not find a suitable property with a flexible payment, shared plan, lease terms, and housing options that are designed around their needs. At CASA, we've set out to eliminate the barriers that make it difficult for young professionals and families to find properties and live in major cities in Nigeria. By offering them more options, covering the full circle of home living, including buying, selling, renting, financing, and investment. and increasing the transparency of an industry that is characterized by fragmentation, lack of transparency, and localization. How we do this is simple. We're going beyond pictures to showcase spaces in 3D. We're highlighting the unique selling points of every property. We're offering customers the ability to look into options that are on or off the market to have a good understanding of their availability and find houses that perfectly meets their requirements. This allows for a large increase in transparency and offers buyers the potential to increase their overall satisfaction with the home buying process. Study shows that the number of clients searching for properties using an online platform rose to 45% in 2016 and is 60% as of today. Our marketing strategy includes property valuation calculation, sales and marketing services, personalized assistance to help sellers find and manage relevant buyers for their property, home loans and mortgages through third-party providers, and access to industry experts or legal attorney for legal advice on all property-related issues. Current competitors could include on-the-ground services, improve property management for Airbnb, and could have descriptions about the neighborhood where the properties will go. As of today, we have an MVP to launch in Abuja market by the first quarter in 2021, and in 3 other cities by June of the same year. We have some great ways to grow through on-page advertisement, affiliate advertising, featured property listings, subscription fees, and some other secondary models as well. Together, this team we've been featured in Next Economy Impact Award, Startup Nigeria, Tyler Pitches, and a couple of others. We have a couple of other people on the team as well, developers and a couple of other experts as well. Thank you. Did anyone get me?
We did, thank you. I was just waiting for the judges to start asking questions. Louise, it seems like you're ready.
Yes, I'm ready. So thanks so much, Adnan, for the presentation. I have a question. So who's your competition? Is this the first of its kind in your city? Any other competitors doing something similar in Nigeria, anywhere in Nigeria?
Yeah, these are competitors, have Property Pro, Realtor, and Nigeria Property.
What's your differentiator? What's your differentiator? What's your value proposition that makes you different from all your competitors? Are they doing the same thing? What is it?
Please come again, ma'am.
My question is, since there are other people doing the same thing, listing properties, what's your differentiator as a CASA NG? Why list with you as opposed to your competition?
Okay, so our value proposition is to empower home buyers by offering them more options, covering the full circle of home living, including buying, selling, renting, financing, and investment. So our competitors are just concerned about listing, basically. They do not follow through the process from start to finish and ensure that you get that satisfaction from the home buying experience.
Okay. Maybe Adnan, you can go back. Do you have a slide that shows exactly, what is it that you're doing that's over and above just listing properties? I'm sorry, that may have passed me. You have a slide where you talked about that?
Yes, I think I have a slide here. Yeah, there's one here.
Okay.
So we want users to be able to browse shared or entire properties by where they want to live and how frequently they want to pay. I stated this in where I listed the competitors. They're mostly one-sided kind of. So in Nigeria, what is obtainable is that you can pay for apartments only on yearly basis, for example, but we want to be able to create an option where you can pay for properties by, for example, short-let apartments or like the Airbnb model, for example, but only for a longer period. So 3 months, if you wish to stay in a city for 3 months, you could find properties, quickly get them for that period.
Okay, then thank you.
Another thing would be that if you were going to buy a property, 50% of the time it's not because of the property, but where the property is located, for example. So you would allow users, buyers and renters make informed decisions by highlighting the unique selling point of every property. So proximity to places, proximity to hospital or schools around this property that you wish to acquire. And then we're also showing these properties in 360, meaning that you can view them from your convenience. You would not need to scan through hundreds of options for narrowing down to what you want to get.
Okay.
More questions, judges?
I have a question. So you said somewhere that it has to be reviewed.
If what?
Each listing is reviewed.
Yes, yes. So we're putting.
So someone has to physically review each listing.
Okay, so they're going to be categorized, so kind of verified or not. To that, when we talk about the satisfaction from the home buying process. So as a user, if there's going to be a verification badge for properties that have been reviewed by us. So to say that, okay, we'll verify this property, the value that has been placed on property is correct, all the papers are intact, the agent is not a fraud and all of that. But for properties that are not verified, we're going to specifically state that these properties have not been verified by us, and if you go further to transact, it's
There's a lot of background noise. I don't know where it's coming from.
I'm really sorry about that. It wasn't this noisy earlier, but I'm in my office and then, sorry. Is it better now, please?
Yeah, I think it's better already.
Okay.
Maybe one question from my end, and this is the issue of agents bypassing the platform.
I didn't get that.
How do you deal with the issue of agents? So let's say, you know, I'm an agent, of course, and so I'm a client, or how does it work? You know, when I get your platform, there's a point where I have to meet,
Okay.
like, you know,
Okay.
for example.
So we're positioning ourselves as a channel.
Sorry.
Okay, please go ahead.
So if I'm a client, I need a house or I need property, I come to your platform, I see what I want. At some point, before I purchase, because this is property, or before I rent, I have to meet with the owner of the property. You know, we could be for various reasons, you know, quality assurance or just verifying. Yeah, it could be a lot of reasons. And then once I'm in contact with the
I don't think I got.
could easily bypass the platform.
Sorry.
I don't know if I'm clear.
Do you have a headset, Adnan?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, maybe it would be easier. I don't know if you have it on or not. Maybe it would be easier for you to hear Basil if you have it on.
I actually have it on.
Okay.
Now.
I'll try again.
I do have it on. Okay.
All right. In the best interest of time, let me pose this question later. Thank you.
So are there going to be any other questions from the judges? Basil, maybe you can write it into the chat, perhaps, then maybe he can answer. Is that okay?
Sorry, I was on mute. Yes, that's okay.
Okay, then we'll wait for you to type it in. So the question from Basil is, how do you deal with the issue of users bypassing the platform to evade making payments by directly contacting property owners?
Oh, okay. So the idea is not for us to collect payments from users directly. Property sellers or property owners would pay to list their properties. That's how we make revenue. Now we're trying to even reduce the what would I call it out? The chain reaction kind of, because in Nigeria here, what's obtainable is that there are several agents connected in a series to a particular property. So in most cases, you're not even in contact with the direct agents, for example, but this platform would allow for agents to, we're positioning ourselves in such a situation where the agents can see the platform as a channel to market their houses directly, and they can be contacted by users or prospects directly. We're basically helping them to increase their visibility and ability to sell these houses. Have I been able to answer your question?
Did you hear the question, Adnan?
Sorry?
Did you hear the question?
I already answered.
No, from Basil. He said something just now. Basil, can you please repeat what you said?
No, I didn't hear what you said.
Basil?
Was that on the issue of bypassing? So, Adnan, my question was, normally on property, it's easy to find users or clients bypassing the system. And you said, there's a way the property owners make payments when they're making listings. Is that what you said?
Yes, that's what I said.
Okay, so when you look at your competitors, the likes of, I don't know, you're in Nigeria?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll speak for the case of Kenya, because this is the one that I understand the most. Normally, there are various platforms where listings can be made, and it is very difficult for someone to make a payment when I can make it elsewhere free. Why would I want to pay to list? And once I pay, it's not guaranteed that I'll find clients. So normally the payment is normally made once the transaction is done. I don't know if this is also the case in Nigeria.
Okay, this is not the case in Nigeria, actually. So there are limits to the features you'll be able to use if you do not pay. So we're leaving that option open, but hello?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, good. So in order for an agent or an house owner to be able to get that visibility, they would actually have to pay, as obtainable everywhere else on all other platforms in the country right now.
All right. Okay. So, I think the question will be still the same, but I haven't got a clear answer. But I think also we might want to move forward. I can always, reach out. I can always reach out even in person to get clarification or issue.
Okay.
Might present this idea.
Okay, was that the last question? Is it? Judges, do you have any more questions?
Not from me. This is Louise, not from me.
Okay, in that case, I'll say thank you, Adnan. I'm going to try one more time. Is there anyone from GAZ 360? Anyone from Entomo Farms? All right, then I guess that means we're going to conclude. Thank you, Adnan. You can stop sharing your screen now. And anyone who's not a judge, please leave.